My name is Sister Marie Tania, and I come from the enclosed Carmelite Monastery in Brisbane. I've been in Carmel for 15 and a half years, and I was first attracted to Carmel and to Carmelite life through the writings of St. Teresa of Avila, our foundress. She's about to celebrate her 500th birthday in a couple of years. Even though she lived so long ago, to me she's a very fresh and vibrant personality and someone I can relate to. She's a person who thrived on friendship herself, and she was able eventually to see how this didn't have to be different from her spirituality. She could then be friends with Jesus and use the same skills and of building a relationship as she practiced with people she knew and people she lived with, and translate that friendship with Jesus and put him first. Up until that point, when I'd heard that, I always thought prayer was a matter of saying prayers. I hadn't realised you could be friends with Jesus, but that really appealed to me. And it took a long time to come to understand what that meant, because like any friendship, it's a process of growing into knowing somebody, relating to somebody. And I had, I think, what are normal difficulties, like I can't always see Jesus, so I have to go about the friendship, seemed like in a very roundabout way. So like when Jesus says in the Gospel, whatever you do to the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you do to me, I thought, well, okay, if that's how he likes things done, I can show my friendship to him by how I act with other people. Coming into Carmelite life, entering monastery, was difficult because there was a lot of adjustment to a very structured life. Perhaps the hardest thing out of all the adjustments was that in the spiritual life to realise that I didn't have to do it all, and that I didn't have to do any of it actually, that it was God who called the shots. It's God who knows what needs to be done next in my life, and just letting God take over, take charge, and just quite a freedom in the end to just let God be God and realise that I don't have to be God. Another big challenge in enclosed life is living in community. The sisters who live in a Carmelite monastery, an enclosed monastery, we don't transfer, so we're living with the same people all the time, and we really have to face up to our difficulties and differences in interpersonal relationships. And that can be painful at times, it can be a big challenge, and it can also be a great joy to work through things and to have a rapport with people like that. And I think even St. Teresa found that with her friendly nature and everything. I think she had troubles too, and strains and stresses. And she used to carry about a bookmark in her prayer book, which has become famous among us now. And I like to think that she carried this around because she herself needed it. She needed to remember not to let anything disturb her, let nothing dismay her. All things are passing, God never changes. Patience attains all that it strives for. And the one who has God finds that nothing is lacking because God alone suffices. Amen.